So this week I had to get the wooden sword out and put my beast ass Zanpakuto away because this chapter of Bleach definitely was on the disappointing side. Aside from the last panel and a couple of intermediate panels in between, this chapter definitely didn't provide much at all. It was pretty lackluster, and I felt a bit disappointed this week with Bleach, to be honest with you, because aside from other manga, Bleach, one of the weak points it has is when it goes into that downtime, when it goes into that, like, comedic part or the in-between stuff, it's not really all that interesting, and this chapter definitely was one of those cases. There were some interesting parts here or there, and the ending, again, was probably the only big part of it. But for the most part, this chapter really just, it starts off, with Yuzu cooking and stuff like that, and that was just something like, oh, this chapter. So pretty much some of the important stuff that I guess I want to address real quick is it's good to see that Rukia and Renji are training. So, when they come back and eventually have to fight in the war again, we've seen that they're trying to advance and, keep going with their training. And they're actually training in the Zero Division, which is great. So, we got some training in on that aspect. We also see that Byakuya is up and at him, and from the sounds of it, he sounds disappointed within himself. He's like, I'm not even strong enough to feel woozy right now. So right now, Byakuya is feeling a bit disappointed in himself, which, again, he should be. He lost. He got his ass kicked. He should have died, but we won't go there. And overall, just right now, it's reintroducing him, and I'd imagine he's going to go through some tough training as well, just like Renji and Rukia. The whole thing with Renji about to lose his dick, I guess that was kind of funny that the Zero Division chick was about to cut it off or some shit because he didn't want to get undressed. That was kind of funny. A little bit, comedic aspect, a little bit funny. Not, a riot or anything like that. And then we got the whole, the other one coming in, the other Zero Division member, I forget his name, the Rick Ross looking dude with the beard. He came in, and, he's about to train them as well. So, they're going to get some extra training. Good stuff there. We see that another, I guess, important, so to speak, thing regarding the visors. They show up. Well, I don't know if you would technically call them the visors anymore because some of them joined Soul Society again. But we see that Hiyori gets a package. The package, I'm assuming it has something to do with their job, where they're like connecting the bridge or repairing the bridge between the human world and Soul Society, something like that. So I guess they have a purpose now as well, but again, it was really nothing interesting and nothing exciting. The big part of the chapter, the only thing of the chapter that I felt was important or necessary, to be honest with you, was the very end where Kyoraku shows up and he tells Ichigo's friends, you guys got to get ready because soon Ichigo's going to be departing from you guys. Now, what does this mean exactly? Does it mean that Ichigo, with his new form, basically won't be able to return to his human body? Does it mean that eventually they plan on keeping Ichigo in Soul Society for good in a certain position? There's many theories that you can throw out with that. To be honest with you, I think what it is that after this, they plan on keeping Ichigo a part of Soul Society, because at the end of the day, he's the strongest weapon they got, the best weapon they got, and unlike Yamamoto, which was a very hard-ass old man, didn't give a fuck about what anybody thought, he was in his old ways. With Shunsui, he might think in a different, he might be more rational, might be thinking, yo, why do we have this guy as substitute? He's like stronger than everybody in here. What are we doing having him just chilling in the human world? And it makes more sense to bring him over to Soul Society, after this war for good. And that's probably where he's thinking right now. Obviously, Ichigo could say no or whatever because Ichigo's always been like, in between his world. But there's a possibility he might not be able to come back. That's the only thing I can think of. Something that they're going to try to do with Ichigo to get him to the point where he's going to be so strong, but he's going to have to cut maybe his ties to his human body. I'm not sure with that, but that was definitely the most interesting thing regarding this chapter. That final line, that pretty much was the only thing that kind of moved the plot along as well. What do you guys think? Ichigo, what is going to happen? Why is he going to have to depart with his friends? Why is Kyoraku himself, Captain Commander, showing up to tell Ichigo's bum friends that we barely ever see that they're going to be departing with him? Is it out of respect? What's the case with that? And just overall thoughts of the chapter. To be honest with you, this chapter felt very disappointing. Not much really happened, anything at all, except, the final line and whatnot. Rating for this chapter, 1.5 out of 5. Yeah, the final line pretty much was what got it the 0.5. Other than that, just really wasn't feeling this one. Keep it real with you guys. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you hope some more epic stuff is on the way with the next chapter, because this chapter, I haven't felt like this, and no lie, in like 2 years with Bleach regarding just this pacing and just this feeling of nothing happening for the most part. It felt like I was in the Fullbring arc, and I do not like that feeling. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.